What's going on, guys? Thanks for tuning in. Just getting situated here in the basement bait shop, getting stuff ready for the season. And I was thinking about what to do my video on today, and I was playing with some reels, and I picked two of them up. You can see right here they have handles on different sides. And the number one question that I get throughout the year from pretty much almost every marshal or co-angler that I have in the boat, really anybody that gets in my boat, it's the same question. Why do you have both left and right-handed reels? Well, I think you can definitely benefit from both left and right-handed reels. I am naturally right-handed. My right hand is my power hand, but there are times I don't want to use my right hand when I'm retrieving. So I'm going to break down for you why I do what I do. Some people are going to think I'm crazy. Some people are like, it doesn't have that big of an effect. Other people are going to say, hey, maybe I'll give it a try. So, and the one thing I want to stress with it is, if you want to try it, all you got to do is go out and commit to it. Don't necessarily try it during a tournament. Go out fun fishing, just, cast in your yard, flip in your yard with your offhand, whatever it is. I wouldn't recommend doing it, say, in a tournament right off the bat, because it could be frustrating. It could lead to, performance issues. But so for me, I fished up until college always with a right-handed reel. And in college, I went to the University of Wisconsin at Stevens Point. We're right on the Wisconsin River. The majority of my fishing was flipping. And I got to the point where I was like, man, I feel like I'm missing bites, because I make a flip with my right hand, transfer the reel over. So in this case, with a right-hander, I flip it in there, transfer the reel over, bring my hand back to the reel. And it's really shallow, dirty water fishing here. And oftentimes those fish would grab it and immediately run. I'd go to set the hook and I'd whiff, or I'd fight the fish halfway to the boat and the hook would come out. And in my opinion, those were fish I lost because I was using a right-handed reel. Now, I can flip left-handed as well, but I'm not as accurate. One of the things in college that a buddy of mine and I used to do was set up a coffee cup, and we used to flip in the hallway for $1 at a time to see who could make the coffee cup the first to 5 for $1. We used to win beer money this way, and he and I were always the two that were winning. People would come down the dorm hallway and we would challenge them and take their money. And it got to the point we were too good with our right hand, so they made us flip left-handed. So we flipped left-handed and we took their money that way too. But I am not satisfied with my left-handed flipping as I am with my right-handed. I can just put the bait exactly where I want with the right-hander. So for me, I didn't want to switch to flip with my offhand and stick with my right-hand reels. So I got a left-handed reel. And I said, all right, so let's see how this works. So I went out, I'm able to flip right-handed, the reel never leaves my hand, and then I just put my left-hander reel on it. And there definitely were a couple of days of growing pains of like, man, this just feels awkward, but it's not that bad. If you give it a try, and if you fish spinning reels, you'll notice that almost all spinning reels come with the handle on the left side to begin with. And I know a lot of people switch them over to the right, but it's not that hard. You just got to commit to it and you got to try it. So, it was just one of those things where then I started fishing with the left-handed reel, and there were, right off the bat, I noticed, okay, I pitch in there. A lot of times that bite is just instant. It hits the water, and you're like, how that fish is sitting there with its mouth open. It happens so fast. But I mean, there were times I'd set the hook just with my right. I'd flip in there, and it's like instant set the hook, and my hand wouldn't even be on it. But I'm getting that hook set instantly without allowing that fish to take any slack and say run towards the boat while I'm transferring the reel over. In this case, I mean, I could pitch in there and just lock the reel down with my thumb and still set the hook. So for pitching, I can't stress it enough. How you want to have, you want to have the reel in your flipping hand, whether that's lefty or righty, whatever it is. That should be, your predominant flipping hand is the hand that the reel should be in. And at that point, your offhand should be your reeling hand. So that's the primary reason I throw left-handed reels. I've gotten to the point where I feel like if I'm casting and I'm retrieving a bait, I don't care if it's a left or right-handed reel. I just like to continue to use both left and right-handed reels because it kind of keeps me in tune with things. And, there's been times I've sprained my wrists, so I'll use my right-handed reels. The only thing I'll add to that is I do feel like my hook set with a right-handed reel is slightly better. It just feels more natural to me. So if I do have a long cast out there, I prefer to have a more natural feeling hook set. But again, at this point in my fishing career, it's not that big of a thing. So if I were to do anything right now, I would transfer all to left-handed reels, because at that point, I'm using my casting arm never lets go of the reel. But, realistically for me, if I'm throwing a topwater bait, say, you throw it out there, you have the time to transfer the reel over into your offhand if that's what you want to do. So I do throw both reels. I think there is benefit to both reels. Like I said, number one thing is flipping. I definitely want to have the reel in my flipping hand. And when it comes to pretty much all other techniques, it's just one of those things where I feel like maybe I get a little bit better hook set. I like to be able to have, the ability to fish with both hands, and I don't have an issue with it. It flabbergasts me how many times I get comments and people think I'm crazy for saying this. But I truly believe if you give it a try, you'll see that there is benefit to having both handed reels, or at least switching so that the reel doesn't leave your power hand and you reel with your offhand. Until you do it, guys, you can make all the comments you want and think I'm crazy, but I'm telling you, there's advantages to it. There's a reason for doing it. I'm not just saying, okay, I'm going to buy a left-handed reel and a right-handed reel. All my pitching reels are left-handed reels. All my utility reels are kind of like a mix of left and right, primarily right-handed reels. And my spinning reels are all still left-handed. I don't change the handles on those. And the other thing that's kind of nice about that too is I know from an organization standpoint, if I pick up if I've got 10 rods on the deck and I've got right-handed reels, I know that those are going to be my casting baits or something other than my flipping baits. So there is some organization positives there as well versus having 10 rod and reels that are all look the same. That would be a little bit of a cluster, but the primary benefit is all about flipping. Other than that, that's my tip for you. That's why I use left and right-handed reels. I'm sure I'll continue to get tons and tons of questions on this, but yeah, give it a try, guys. That's all I can say. Thanks for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment if you think I'm crazy. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I appreciate all of you watching. Lots more tips coming.